पूषा विश्ववेदाः हरिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ
Ladies and gentlemen, ಮಹನೀಯರೇ ಮಹಿಳೆಯರೇ, ನಮ್ಮ ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಸುಯೋಗ ವೇದಿಕೆ ಮೇಲೆ ಪೂಜ್ಯ ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿಯವರು ಉಪಸ್ಥಿತರಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈ ವ್ಯಾಸ ಪೂರ್ಣಿಮಾ ಆಚರಣೆಯ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ದಿನ ಅಭೂತಪೂರ್ವವಾಗಿ ಇಂದಿನ ಯುಗಕ್ಕೂ ಸಹ ವೇದವ್ಯಾಸರ ಅವರ ನೀತಿ, ಅವರ ಕೆಲಸದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಈ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಏಜ್, ವಾಟ್ ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಆಸ್ ದಿ ಸ್ಪೇಸ್ ಏಜ್, ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ದಟ್ ಏನ್ಷಿಯಂಟ್ ಸ್ಪಿರಿಚುವಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ರಿಲಿಜಿಯಸ್ ಬುಕ್ಸ್ ರಿಟನ್ ಬೈ ವ್ಯಾಸ? ಈ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ನಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲೂ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ. ಹೌದು, ಇಂದಿನ ಯುಗದಲ್ಲೂ ಸಹ ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಚಿಂತನೆ ಪ್ರಸ್ತುತ ಅನ್ನುವಂತಹ ನಿಟ್ಟಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಅಪರಿಮಿತವಾಗಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಕಾರ್ಯ ಈ ದಿನ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ. ತಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ವೇದವ್ಯಾಸ ಭಾರತಿ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂದು ಸುಶ್ರಾವ್ಯವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ವೇದಿಕ್ ಚಾಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಇಂದ ಆರಂಭ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ವ್ಯಾಸಾಶ್ರಮದ ಸ್ಥಾನಾಚಾರ್ಯರಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಅಶೋಕ್ ಕುಮಾರ್ ಭಟ್ ವೇದಿಕ್ ಚಾಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ವೆಲ್ಕಮ್ ಶ್ರೀ ಅಶೋಕ್ ಕುಮಾರ್ ಭಟ್.
ಓಂ ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುಭ್ಯೋ ನಮಃ. ಹರಿ ಓಂ. ಓಂ ಅಗ್ನಿಮೇಹಿಳೆ ಪುರೋಹಿತಂ ಯಜ್ಞಸ್ಯ ದೇವಮೃತ್ಪಿಜಂ ಹೋತಾರಂ ರತ್ನಧಾತವಂ ಇಷೇತ್ ಭೋರ್ಜೇತ್ಪಾ ಭಾಜಪಸ್ತದೇವೋ ವತ್ಸವಿತಾ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಪಯದು ಶ್ರೇಷ್ಠತಮಾಯ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಣೇ ಅಗ್ನಾ ಆಯಾಹಿ ಭೀತರೆ ಗೃಣಾನೋ ಹವ್ಯದಾದರೆ ನಿಹೋತಾ ಸತ್ಸ್ಯ ಪರಹಿಷಿ ಷಣ್ಣೋ ದೇವೀರವಿಷ್ಟರ ಆಪೋ ಭವಂತು ಭೀತರೆ ಶಯ್ಯೋರಭಿಸ್ರವಂತು ನಃ. ಓಂ ನಮೋ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಣೇ ನಮೋ ಅಸ್ಮಜ್ಞರೇ ನಮಃ ಪೃಥಿವ್ಯೈ ನಮಃ ಓಷಧೀಭ್ಯಃ ನಮೋ ವಾಚೇ ನಮೋ ವಾಚಸ್ಪತರೇ ನಮೋ ವಿಷ್ಣವೇ ಬೃಹದೇ ಕರೋಮಿ. ಓಂ ನಿಶುಸೀದ ಗಣಪತೆ ಗಣೇಶುತ್ಪಾವಾಹ ಕುರ್ವಿ ಪ್ರಥಮಂಗವೀನಾಂ ನರುತೆ ತ್ವತ್ಕ್ರಿಯತೆ ಕಿಂಚನಾರೇ ಮಹಾಮರ್ಕಂ ಮಘವನ್ ಚಿತ್ರಮರ್ಚ ಅಭಿಕ್ಷಾನೋ ಮಘವನ್ನಾಧಮಾನಾಂ ಸಖೇ ಬೋಧಿವಸಪತೆ ಸಖೀನಾಂ ರಣಂ ಗೃದಿರಣಕೃತ್ ಸತ್ಯಶುಷ್ಮಾ ಭಕ್ತೆ ಚಿದಾಬಜಾರಾಜೇ ಅಸ್ಮಾನ್ ಪ್ರಣೋ ದೇವಿ ಸರಸ್ವತಿ ವಾಜೇಭಿರ್ವಾಜಿನೀಪತಿ ದೀನಾಮಮಿತ್ರವದೇ. ಹರಿ ಓಂ.
ವಿಶ್ವೇಶತೀರ್ಥ ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿ ಶ್ರೀ ಪೇಜಾವರ ಮಠ ಈಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಹಾಗೂ ಅನೇಕ ಜನ ಗಣ್ಯಾತಿ ಗಣ್ಯರು ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀರಾ. I would now request Shri Dorbhala Prabhakar Sharma for the welcome address. Shri Dorbhala Prabhakar Sharma is the retired principal of Oriental Sanskrit College. He is a Sanskrit expert and more importantly, he is the Academic Council member of Vedavyasa Bharati Trust. Please welcome Shri Sharma.
अस्माकं वेदव्यास भारती पक्षेण अत्र उपस्थितानां श्रीमतां पेशावर श्रीचरणानां विश्वेशतीर्थस्वामिनां स्वागतं व्याहर्तुम् अहम् आदिष्टः अस्मि. एवमेव अत्र बेङ्गळूरु वासिनः वेदव्यास भारती सम्बन्धिनः एक्किराल वेदव्यास शिष्याः ये सन्ति तेषां सर्वेषामपि अत्र उपस्थितानां कृते अहं स्वागतं व्याहरामि. अन्यच्च अत्र वेदव्यास भारती नाम्ना या संस्था अत्र चाल्यते तस्याः मूल स्वामी अस्माकं सर्वेषां गुरुः श्री एक्किराल वेदव्यास महाशयः. सः बहूनि वर्षाणि तपः कृत्वा बहून् विषयान् संशोध्य देशस्य వివిధ రాజకీయ దోషైః వా అన్యైః దోషైః వా అస్మాకం యద్ వాంగ్మయం సర్వం నష్టం జాతం తస్య పునరుత్థానాయ మహాన్ ప్రయత్నः కృతः జనానాం యద్ ఆస్తికత్వం నష్టం తద్ ఆస్తికత్వస్యాపి పునః రక్షణార్థం సహ ప్రయత్నం కృతవాన్ అతः తాదృశः महानुभावः अत्र उपस्थितानां भक्तानाम् अन्तः वर्तते सः प्रसन्नः भूत्वा अद्य एतत् कार्यं चालयितुमपि प्रेरयन् वर्तते इति प्रथमं वेदव्यास गुरुश्रीचरणानां कृते प्रणम्य वेदव्यास जयन्ती सन्दर्भे आषाढ पूर्णिमा सन्दर्भे वयम् अद्य आरभ्य पूर्णिमा पर्यन्तम् अत्र विविध कार्यक्रमान् आयोजितवन्तः तत्र विशेषेण श्रीचरणाः अत्र उपस्थिताः तेषां कृते अहं किञ्चित् विनम्र स्वागतं निवेदयामि आकारेण बलिप्रभावशमनः सत्कामनो वामनः आकारेण बलिप्रभावशमनः सत्कामनो वामनः सम्यक् साहसकार्यनिर्वहधुरा साधुक्रमो विक्रमः धर्मस्थापनया सुरेणवरजः दिग्वैजयन्ती स्रजा वेदाचार्यसि व्यासाचार्यसि संसमस्यति जने सत्वं गुरो स्वागतम् आचार प्रभवो हि धर्म इति ते स्वाचार एव आदृतः सेवा सर्वजनस्य धर्म इति ते सेवा जनामोदिता शास्त्रं तत्त्वविशोधि धर्म इति ते शास्त्रं प्रमाणं कृतं भक्तिः केवल जीव धर्म इति ते कृष्णे कृता स्वागतम् लोकज्ञोऽसि विचिन्त्य शास्त्रगहनैकावास विश्वम्भरः शास्त्रासार विसारकोऽसि करुणासार प्रवर्षी जने सामान्याभिगमोऽसि सन्ततमसामान्याभिमान्योऽपि सन् सर्वाम्नाय समन्वयैकशरणम् सर्वाम्नाय समन्वयैकशरणम् सर्वत्र ते स्वागतम् वेदव्यास विचार संतति महाधाराभिसंसेवि वेदव्यास विचार संतति महाधाराभिरासे चिता वेदाधार भुवः सुकीर्ति विभव प्रख्यापनाय आदृता वेदव्यास गुरु प्रकांड करुणासार प्रभूतांकुरा वेदायोग्य सुमित्र वेदायोग सुमित्र मंडली लता पुष्णाति ते स्वागतम् श्रीकृष्णाश्रयण उडुपि श्रुति महाप्रामाण्य संपादिते श्रीकृष्णाश्रयण उडुपि श्रुति महाप्रामाण्य संपादिते मध्वाचार्य चरानुवर्तित पथे क्षेमं चरन् चारयन् श्री पेशावर भक्ति पीठ मठ सुप्रागल्भ्य सद्वैभव श्री विश्वेश सुतीर्थ सद्गुरुवर श्रीमन् शुभ स्वागतम తెలుగులో రెండు మాటలు శ్రీ పెషావర స్వామి వారు విశిష్టమైనటువంటి చైతన్యాన్ని మన దేశంలో సర్వత్ర వ్యాప్తి చేస్తున్నారు. ఎకిరాల వేదవ్యాసులు మనకు ఏ విధంగా ఒక విశిష్టమైన చైతన్యాన్ని లోకజ్ఞత్వంతో కాలజ్ఞత్వంతో అలాగే సమాజ అభ్యున్నతి కోసం వారు విశిష్టమైనటువంటి అనుష్ఠాన పద్ధతి అలాగే పరిశోధనా దృష్టితో అనేక గ్రంథాలను రచించి మనందరికీ ప్రేరణ ఇచ్చి మనందరినీ ఒక సాధకులుగా వారు భౌతికంగా అభౌతికంగా సన్నిధానంలోనే ఉంటూ మనను ప్రేరణ చేస్తూ ఇప్పటికీ కూడా మనం నడిపిస్తూ వారి అనుష్ఠానంలో మనం నడిపిస్తున్నారు. అలాంటి వేదవ్యాస అనుసారులమైనటువంటి మనకు ఈ శుభ సందర్భంలో శ్రీ విశ్వేశ తీర్థుల వారి అనుగ్రహం లభించడం, వారి ద్వారా సందేశం లభించడం మన అదృష్టం అని భావిస్తూ వారి అంతరాత్మ ఈ విధంగా వీరి ద్వారా ఇక్కడ బెంగళూరులో జరిగేటువంటి కార్యక్రమంలో మనందరినీ ఎక్కువగా ప్రేరణ చేసి వారి యొక్క సదుపదేశాన్ని విశ్వేశతీర్థుల ద్వారా మనందరికీ కూడా మళ్ళీ ఒకసారి ప్రత్యక్షంగా అందిస్తుంది అని భావిస్తూ వచ్చినటువంటి బంధువులకు, మిత్రులకు, సోదరులకు, సోదరిమణులకు అందరికీ స్వాగతాన్ని సమర్పిస్తున్నాను.
ದೌರ್ಬಲ ಪ್ರಭಾಕರ್ ಶರ್ಮಾ ಅವರು ಬಹುಶಃ ಕೆಲವರಿಗೆ ತೆಲುಗಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದ್ದಿರ್ಬೋದು. ನಮ್ಮ ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರ ಪೂಜ್ಯ ಶ್ರೀ 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 ವಿಶ್ವೇಶತೀರ್ಥ ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿಯ ಮಹಿಮೆಯನ್ನು ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ತಿಳಿಸ್ಕೊಟ್ರು. ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದ ಸಂಪ್ರದಾಯಗಳು, ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿ ಇಡೀ ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲದೆ ವಿಶ್ವದೆಲ್ಲೆಡೆ ಪಸರಿಸಿ ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಗೌರವವನ್ನು ಉಂಟು ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಒಂದು ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ಪೂಜ್ಯ ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿಯವರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದ ನೀಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಉಪನ್ಯಾಸ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಪುಣ್ಯ ಇದು ಅನ್ನುವಂತಹ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಶ್ರೀ ದೌರ್ಬಲ ಪ್ರಭಾಕರ್ ಶರ್ಮಾ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು, ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have amidst us Shri MBS Prasad, the President of United Social Cultural Educational Foundation of India. Now, I would request Shri MBS Prasad to say a few words on this occasion. Incidentally, he was the Chairman of Customs and Excise Settlement Commission. Please put your hands together and welcome Shri MBS Prasad, who will tell us that what exactly went into the formation of this book. ಈ ಪುಸ್ತಕದ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತಹ ಮಹತ್ವ ಇದೆ, ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಬುಕ್ ಫಾರ್ ಆಲ್ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ಸ್. ಮಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಪ್ರಸಾದ್.
ಮಾ ಗುರುರ್ ವಿಷ್ಣು ಗುರುದೇವೋ ಮಹೇಶ್ವರ ಗುರು ಸಾಕ್ಷಾತ್ ಪರಬ್ರಹ್ಮ ತಸ್ಮೈ ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರವೇ ನಮಃ. ಶುಕ್ಲಾಂಬರಧರಂ ವಿಷ್ಣುಂ ಶಶಿವರ್ಣಂ ಚತುರ್ಭುಜಂ ಪ್ರಸನ್ನವದನಂ ಧ್ಯಾಯೇತ್ ಸರ್ವವಿಘ್ನೋಪಶಾಂತಯೇ. ನಾರಾಯಣಂ ನಮಸ್ಕೃತ್ಯ ನರಂಜೀವ ನರೋತ್ತಮಂ ದೇವೀಂ ಸರಸ್ವತೀಂ ವ್ಯಾಸಂ ತಥೋ ಜಯಮುದೀರಯೇತ್. ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುಭ್ಯೋ ನಮಃ. My heartfelt and respectful salutations to Swamiji. You are my Guru sitting here in different bodily form. We are all blessed by your presence, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, I bow to Lord Narayana, who is all present everywhere in your hearts, and I'm quite happy to see all of you. USCFE stands for United Social, Cultural and Educational Foundation of India. Briefly we call it USCEFI USCFE. Now why this long name? This is coined by our Guruji Dr. Vedavyas, because his ambition was Himalayan dimensional. He was so unhappy to see that our traditional values and culture of India has been forgotten to a large extent, and people are not aware of the wealth and treasure of our culture. So he wanted to reform and recapitulate whatever has been lost and present. So he wanted to embrace the fields of social life, cultural, educational, everything on earth. But then it had to be in a capsule form, so USCFE has stood the time of test. It was founded 42 years back, and the next organ of his imagination and ambition is this Veda Vyasa Bharati Trust, started 15 years back. Now, in a short time which is given to me, I have introduced the background of these two organizations. Now, what Veda Vyasa Maharshi is to India today is Dr. Veda Vyasa for the modern times. Now, Veda Vyasa Maharshi, a great saint, and there is no one who can compare himself to him. He has devoted his entire life for classification and preservation of our educational system. Our education means, the ancient education that is contained in Vedas. Vedic, ours is Vedic culture. Veda is the basis for Hinduism or Hindu system of life. Hinduism is not a religion, as many people think, but it is a way of life devised by Maharshis to enable a smooth and harmonious living for human beings. Now, once the values have been lost, humanity will lose its goal. Therefore, Veda Vyasa Maharshi has spent his life in classifying the Vedas, preserving them, and then propagating them eternally through his chain of disciples. And now we have been left with certain portions of that. Now, it is the compassion of Veda Vyasa Maharshi that led to the preservation of this ancient knowledge and culture. Similarly, Dr. Veda Vyasa had a tremendous and uncomparable compassion for those people who are learning English and forgetting our ancient books. Many of us even do not know some of the books mentioned in this. The work of Dr. Veda Vyasa Maharshi is not known to many. Some people may know who is Veda Vyasa, but then they won't know the details about him. Where he was born, what he has done, and what was his life's mission. Nothing is known to many of the people. So Dr. Veda Vyasa, our Guruji, he had so much of compassion for all of us. So he tried to again retrieve the information which is scattered all over and present to the persons in spoken language. Once he gave me a book, he said, go through. And for testing me, he said you can correct some of them if there is any mistake. I was looking through grammar and other things, but then when I went there with some corrections, he said, I have not given this book to you for correcting grammatical mistakes. I deliberately wanted the spoken language so that the normal man understands what I say. That is the spirit with which he has written. He did not undergo any formal school education. He finished his matriculation in a Gurukul system of education in the house itself, and thereafter he directly appeared for the college education and then completed in record time, and he joined the Indian Administrative Service and spent 32 years and retired in the highest rank in the service. But then side by side, his ambition was only to, again, bring the treasures of these Indian values of Indian culture and the last educational system and to revive that educational system. And his ambition was to start a Vedic university, for which efforts are being made. In the meanwhile, we have started a Gurukul school according to his vision and ambitions. And the purpose of the school is to produce good children who know the values of their culture, who respect their parents, teachers and elders. Now, in his 32 years of service, side by side, he has produced more than 120 works of value, priceless volumes of work. You may say, how could one do this work? Now, you will be surprised. His period of rest in a day of 24 hours is hardly 3 to 4 hours. He used to get up at 2 o'clock in the night and then start writing till morning. And up to half his time again prayer and meditation, then half his come back again, giving some lessons to the disciples. Like that, his entire life is spent for revival of the system. So today, I have no hesitation in calling him the incarnation of Maharshi Veda Vyasa. And For me 4 minutes were given, sir. Another 4 minutes I want to say. Now, what is the system of this Maharshi Vedavyasa? How can one man get so much knowledge and preserve all that? Now, if you read this book, many of you are requested to buy this book before you go and read the contents. It shows that in those days, it's not the way we study the books today. And the Guru used to train his disciple in such a way the disciples are mentally tuned to the Guru when they sit in meditation. And all the thoughts of Guru are received by the Sishyas. At a time, thought transmission. This concept must be known to you now because with these emails and SMS messages, at a moment you can reach so many people. Like that, this Maharshi also, he had whatever he has derived intuitively, I mean what he saw in his vision of meditation, he transmitted to various people. While Ganesha was writing the Mahabharata and Sanjaya was seeing the Mahabharata war and describing to Dhritarashtra. Like that, several people at a time used to get the ideas immediately. It is by thought transfer this knowledge was imparted. And the method of teaching was by mouth to mouth. There is no book, so that the book, when the book is lost, the things are lost. Today we are all habituated to preserve our telephone numbers in the mobile phones. Once the phone is lost, we don't remember any number. But previously people remembered Vedas by learning in the traditional system, and those Vedas are uttered even today without any difference except for accent from region to region. So I don't take much time, my dear friends. We are very happy to celebrate this function because this Maharshi Vedavyasa's biography is not known to many. My friend G.S. Raju, who retired DGM of the telecom department, he has toured all over India and found in many places they are short of information about Maharshi Vedavyasa. Dr. Vedavyasa has written the biography, or virtually a research product of Dr. Vedavyasa, and so many particulars were given. This was first published in Telugu. Then we decided, in order to make this more known to people, we should translate this book, precious book. Therefore today it is being released in English, Kannada, Hindi and Telugu reprint. Like 4 Vedas now in 4 languages, Maharshi Vedavyasa is before you. It is for you to receive him with honor, retrieve our knowledge, and then all of you should tighten your belts and rise and wake up to preserve our culture and again revive the old method of system and values we have in our society. With these things I take leave of the Swamiji. Namaskar. Thank you.
Into the various highlights of the life of Shri Vedavyasa, I would request Shri G.S. Raju to kindly come up, and at this juncture it's indeed my proud privilege to request Pujya Swamiji to kindly light the lamp. ದೀಪವನ್ನು ಬೆಳಗಿಸೋದ್ರ ಮೂಲಕ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಕ್ಕೆ ಆಶೀರ್ವಾದವನ್ನು ನೀಡಿ ಶುಭಾರಂಭವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿ ವಿನಂತಿ. ವ್ಯಾಸ ಪೂರ್ಣಿಮಾ ಸೆಲೆಬ್ರೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಬೈ ವೇದವ್ಯಾಸ ಭಾರತಿ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ and USCEFI. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the ancient literature of Brahma Sutras, Bhagavad Gita, Vishnu Sahasranama, Mahabharata and Puranas written by Vyasa is also useful to the present day man. It is indeed very important, the usage of these books and the values. Swamiji ಅವರಿಗೆ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಪೂಜ್ಯ ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿ ಅವರು ಈ 4 ಭಾಷೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಪುಸ್ತಕವನ್ನು ಬಿಡುಗಡೆಗೊಳಿಸಬೇಕಾಗಿ ವಿನಂತಿ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಶ್ರೀ MBS Prasad and GS Raju to kindly be there with the Swamiji. ಬರಲಾಗಿದೆ ಶ್ರೀ MN Venugopal has contributed towards the Kannada version. Maharshi Vedavyasa will be known to the present and future generations in India and abroad. The English, the contribution of G.S. Raju, Venkatachalapati, Srinivas and devotees, and in Hindi, Mokshada of Silicon Valley, California, Lakshmi Prabha and Prabhata Lakshmi, and the Telugu original is revised by Venkatachalapati. Also at this juncture, there will be a Vedic seminar about Vedic Nirupta, and these books, the subject of the particular seminar, Nirupta, also is going to be released by Pujya Swamiji, His Holiness Sri 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 Vishweshatirtha Swamiji. Nirupta, the theme of one of the 6 Vedangas during the Vyasa Purnima celebrations, the theme of the seminar. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we also acknowledge the presence of the esteemed friends from print and electronic media. They have come here in large numbers, and basically their contribution also is immense towards the spread of the rich culture of our country. We may be few in numbers here, but today through television, radio, and tomorrow in papers, we would be sending these messages through the friends of media to the various millions and millions of people. So their role is very much important. On behalf of the organizers, we would like to thank the presence of the esteemed friends from print and electronic media. Madhyamada Snehitarige Dhanyavadagalu. That we also have Professor Dr. E. Srinivas, the second son of Pujya Veda Vyas. I would request Dr. E. Srinivas to kindly come over here and say a few words. Dr. E. Srinivas.
Ranchaiva narottamam sevim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudire. His Holiness Vishweshwara Tirtha Swami Garu, Prasad Garu, Raju Garu, and all the dignitaries who have come for this function. I was asked to, rather I was ordered by Raju Garu that I should say a few words to express my thanks for this whole exercise and the celebration event. As I read this book in Telugu in the past and also in the translation reading in the last few days, few ideas have struck me which I would like to share rather than saying anything new about the book. The first thing was, I being in the teaching profession, I am the last 15 years working at XLR Jamshedpur, teaching our MBA and doctoral students. So I was looking at from a point of view of an educationalist. 2 points which struck me was, this Paramaguru, Maharshi Vedavyasa, is a grand teacher, great master, and why this person's story has been selected and identified by Dr. Vedavyas in fact, if you see the dedication that is given in this book, you can see the spirit in which the book was written. The great respect and the devotion Dr. Vedavyas had for Bhagwan Vedavyasa. So 2 things which I was trying to identify why this, of all the rishis, Bhagwan Vedavyasa has been identified. 2 things which have struck me was, as an educationalist, I figured out both what kind of knowledge has been, or wisdom has been given by this great sage, and also the process of learning, which is very amazing and unique to the Indian culture, Indian tradition. Typically, as I teach MBA students in our institute, when I was going I said this kind of knowledge and process has to go beyond MBA. To me, MBA means Manas, Buddhi and Ahankara. So, the process by which, even if you read the chapter 2 of this book, the process by which the vision was, the whole knowledge was visualized or experienced rather than making any scholarly speculations and making analytical, what is called arguments. This knowledge is not written with any motivation for any scholarly ambitions or achievements. It was out of sheer kindness, compassion and love for the human kind that this kind of work has been taken up by Maharshi Vedavyasa. So if you look at the way in which the whole vision, the knowledge was visualized or experienced, and to experience this knowledge and to visualize this knowledge, the process by which he went in to know the truth was not by referring books or arguing with scholars and things like that. In fact, he went into a huge sadhana and meditation, contemplation, and from knowing self and also connecting oneself with the universe and becoming universe and experiencing universe, he visualized the reality, experienced the reality, and through very unique and what's called this kind of learning and even dissemination is unparalleled in the world history. So that marks the Indian way of knowing, Indian way of contributing, Indian way of how knowledge, what kind of knowledge is there and how learning happens. These two are very, very characteristic and very unique things which have struck me. And here, going beyond the logic, going beyond the objectivity. Typically, I have many scientist friends who keep saying knowledge generation is you should retain objectivity, independence. So you stay out and try to study that and report without any bias. Here, the opposite process seems to be the just opposite. You get merged in the knowledge, become part of the knowledge, experience the knowledge, and generate it. It is not taking from somewhere else or doing some experiments and reporting them. It is about experience. Here, knowledge cannot be acquired without you evolving yourself. So sadhana is inseparable part of generating knowledge. So it's very unique and very very, very different way of knowledge and very different way of learning and different kind of knowledge. I was amazed recently. I had the opportunity of visiting Bihar School of Yoga last year, and I had the great opportunity of meeting the chancellor of that institute. And I am told he has become the disciple of his guru at the age of 4. And by the age of 11, he was able to answer questions in an international scholarly conference in United States or UK. That conference is attended by all doctors and surgeons. So he was responding questions on surgery and other related stuff at the age of 11. Then people asked, how come you have learned surgery by age of 11? And what is the process by which you have learned so much? And have you done any course in surgery? He said, no. And Swamiji, when he was asked how he has learned many things, he said, the only process by which my guru has taught me is through Yoga Nidra. Yoga Nidra as a process of learning. When we try to learn our regular English studies, we will get into some kind of Nidra. That is a different story. But learning through Yoga Nidra, and Swamiji also wrote a book which talks about 84 different types of Yoga Nidras and different kind of learning, and learning here means evolution also. It's not just passage of information, it is evolving of the soul to higher levels and becoming ultimately what one's potential or possibility is. So I was looking at here learning, knowledge, process of learning, how knowledge is transmitted is very, very strikingly Indian and experiential, not a what is called bookish or a scholarly kind of play with the words. And as I was reading the second chapter, I was all engrossed in that second chapter, where Maharshi Vedavyasa experiences that and visualizes the reality. We talk about writing being a creative process, but here the most creative thing you can think of is the creation itself. And he was trying to understand the secrets and origins of creation and communicate to the mankind at large. And he also felt that without this kind of organization and classification of knowledge, codification of knowledge, and putting that to the next generations for generations together, it may not be available or not possibly lost and possibly not organized or available in the current way it is available. So the immense contribution and being the representation of Paramaguru, it is only proper that we have Vyasa Purnima being celebrated as Guru Purnima because he is the Paramaguru, the ultimate Guru. And even Dr. Vedavyasa, whenever he used to give any pravachan, he used to start with this shloka, and in which the salutation to Narayana, Maharshi was there, who was Vyasa was as known as the reincarnation of Narayana Rishi. So he is the Paramaguru or the Adiguru. So these are some of the thoughts that passed by mind, and out of kindness he has given so much to us, and he has not given all these things because we have asked for it. To ask for it, we should know, we should be informed and evolved soul to even to ask this kind of things. So the huge kindness and compassion with Maharshi Vedavyasa had for so many generations actually made me move that this kind of motivation, this kind of thing, forget about having it, but to understand and appreciate and salute, one need to really evolve oneself to understand this. There are several things which I have also thought of sharing. This book is very unique because it is very rare. Information which is given is not available in any sources. Even many scholars who have done work on Vyasa have done in the poetry or the style or the contribution of Vyasa. They have probably not focused on several aspects, which includes where he stayed, where are different places in which ashrams are available, how things about personal life also. There are interesting things given, details given in this book. But I was thought of initially giving a synopsis of the book, which I said it's futile and not good also. Because for a normal book you can give a synopsis, but a book, knowing the writing style of Dr. Vedavyas, which is mostly not only informative, but it's also poetic, prophetic and profound. So there is no way that you can give a synopsis of a poetic and a profound book. So I thought I should leave it to the audience to taste it by only saying, thanking organizers for giving me this opportunity to all of you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Professor Srinivas, you would all agree with me. Simple living, high thinking. Well, he is the Professor of Management at XLRI Jamshedpur and is also a visiting faculty at several universities in the United States of America, but has ensured that the rich cultural tradition and the path of Guruji Dr. E. Vedavyas continues. So the tradition, that's what is the message given by him. Well, ladies and gentlemen, now the time has come for all of us, the golden moment which we were all waiting for, to listen to the Ashirvachana of His Holiness Shri Shri Vishveshatirtha Swamiji of Shri Pejavara Matha. Swamiji ಅವರ ಆಶೀರ್ವಚನ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ತಂದೆ ತಾಯಂದ್ರು ಆ ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಕೇರ್. ಇಲ್ಲ ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿ ಅವರ ಆಶೀರ್ವಚನ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಆದಷ್ಟು ನಾವು ಸೈಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಕೈಂಡ್ಲಿ ಟೇಕ್ ಕೇರ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಕಿಡ್ಸ್. ಸ್ವಾಮೀಜಿ ತಮ್ಮ ಆಶೀರ್ವಚನ.
ಗುಣಾವಾಸ ವಿದ್ಯಾಧೀಶ ಸತಾಂಶ ಮಾಂ ನಿರಾಶಂ ಗತಕ್ಲೇಶಂ ಕುರುವನಾಶಂ ಹರೇ ಅನಿಶಂ. ಆಚಾರ್ಯ ಪವನೋಸ್ಮಾಕಂ ಆಚಾರ್ಯಾನಿ ಚ ಭಾರತಿ ದೇವೋ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಶ್ರೀಶ ದೇವಿ ಮಂಗಲದೇವತಾ. ಪ್ರಥಮತಃ संस्कृतभाषायां प्रभाकर महोदयैः अस्माकं विषये अभिमानेन प्रीत्या च श्लोकाः विरचिताः. तत्र अस्माकं जीवनदृष्टिः सम्यक् निरूपिता. अस्माकं जीवनस्य या दृष्टिः, अस्माकं ध्येयम् इति चतुष्टयं, तस्य निरूपणं प्रभाकरमहोदयैः सम्यक् कृतम्. एकः शास्त्रीय सदाचारनिष्ठ, अपरञ्च जनसेवा. केवलं धार्मिकाचरणेन अस्माकं जीवनं परिपूर्णं न भविष्यति. तेन साकं नानाजनसेवा, जनसेवा तथा शास्त्राध्ययनम् एवं परमात्मनिभक्तिः, भगवदर्चनं, चतुष्टयमेव अस्माकं ध्येयं. तदनुसारेण यदस्माभिः विविधकार्याणि स्वीकृतानि तस्य संक्षेपेण निरूपणं प्रभाकरमहोदयैः सम्यक् कृतमिति तान् वयं प्रथमतः अभिनन्दामः. ಈಗ ವೇದವ್ಯಾಸದೇವರ, ನಾವು ವೇದವ್ಯಾಸರನ್ನು ಒಬ್ಬ ಬರೀ ಮಹರ್ಷಿಯೂ ಹೌದು, ಅದರಂತೆ ದೇವತೆಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ತೈರ್ ವಿಜ್ಞಾಪಿತ ಕಾರ್ಯಸ್ತು ಅವತೀರ್ಣೋ ಮಹಾಯೋಗಿ ಸತ್ಯವತ್ಯಾಂ ಪರಾಶರಾತ್ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮರುದ್ರಾದಿ ದೇವೇಶು ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಪಿತೃಪಕ್ಷಿಷು ಜ್ಞಾನಂ ಸಂಸ್ಥಾಪ್ಯ ಭಗವಾನ್ ಕ್ರೀಡತೆ ಪುರುಷೋತ್ತಮ. ಪರಮಾತ್ಮನೇ ವೇದವ್ಯಾಸರಾಗಿ ಅವತರಿಸಿ ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಜನತೆಗೆ ಮಾಡಿರುವಂಥ ಅಮೋಘ ಉಪಕಾರ ಅದನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ವೇದವ್ಯಾಸರು ತಮ್ಮ ಗ್ರಂಥದಲ್ಲಿ ಬಹಳ ಸುಂದರವಾಗಿ ವೇದವ್ಯಾಸ ದೇವರ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಮಹಿಮೆಗಳನ್ನು ಅವರು ಮಾಡಿದ. ವ್ಯಾಸ ಅಂದರೆ ಜ್ಞಾನದ ವಿಸ್ತಾರ, ಇಡೀ ನಾಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ ತಮ್ಮ ತತ್ವಜ್ಞಾನದ ವಿಸ್ತಾರ ಅದನ್ನು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಬಹಳ ಸುಂದರವಾಗಿ ಆ ವೇದವ್ಯಾಸರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮತ್ತಷ್ಟು ಗೌರವಭಾವ ಮೂಡುವ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ವೇದವ್ಯಾಸರು ಈ ಕೃತಿಯನ್ನು ರಚಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅನೇಕ ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಹಿಂದೆ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ವೇದವ್ಯಾಸರು ನಾವು ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಭೇಟಿಯಾಗಿದ್ದೆವು. ಅವರು ಮಾಡುತ್ತಿರುವಂತಹ ಜ್ಞಾನದ ಕಾರ್ಯ, ಅನೇಕರಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ನಮ್ಮ ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕ ಜ್ಞಾನದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅವರು ಮಾಡಿರುವ ಜಾಗೃತಿ ಕಾರ್ಯ ಅವಿಸ್ಮರಣೀಯ. ಅಂತಹ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಸೇವೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ ನಮ್ಮ ಈ ವೇದವ್ಯಾಸ ಭಾರತಿ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟಿನ ಸಂಸ್ಥಾಪಕರಾದ ವೇದವ್ಯಾಸರನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ಸ್ಮರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಅವರಂತಹ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಕಾರ್ಯ, ಅವರು ರಚಿಸಿದ ಈ ಒಂದು ಮಹರ್ಷಿ ವೇದವ್ಯಾಸ ದೇವರ ಕೃತಿ 4 ಭಾಷೆಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಕಟವಾಗಿರುವುದು, ಅದನ್ನು ಉದ್ಘಾಟಿಸುವುದು ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಮ ಒಂದು ವಿಶೇಷವಾದ ಸುಯೋಗ ಎಂಬುದಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಭಾವಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಈ ವೇದ ನಮ್ಮ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ನಿರೂಪಿಸಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಛಂದಾಂಸಿ ಯಸ್ಯ ಪರ್ಣಾನಿ, ಈ ಜಗತ್ತೇ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಮರ, ಜಗತ್ತೆಂಬ ಮರದ ಎಲೆಗಳು ಯಾವುದು? ಛಂದಾಂಸಿ. ವೇದಗಳು ಪ್ರಪಂಚವೆಂಬ ವೃಕ್ಷದ ಎಲೆಗಳು. ಮರ ಜೀವಂತವಾಗಬೇಕಾಗಿದ್ದರೆ ಎಲೆ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಎಲೆಯೆಲ್ಲ ಉದುರಿದರೆ ಆ ಮರ ನಿರ್ಜೀವ. ಅದರಂತೆ ಈ ಜಗತ್ತು, ಈ ಜಗತ್ತಿನ ಎಲೆಗಳು ಅಂದರೆ ವೇದ. ವೇದಗಳು ವೈದಿಕ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಜಗತ್ತು ಜೀವಂತ, ಎಲೆಗಳಿದ್ದರೆ ಮರ ಜೀವಂತ. ವೈದಿಕ ತತ್ವಜ್ಞಾನವಿದ್ದರೆ ಈ ಜಗತ್ತು ಕೂಡ ಜೀವಂತ. ಅಂಥ ಒಂದು ಮಹತ್ವದ ಸ್ಥಾನವನ್ನು ಛಂದಾಂಸಿ ಯಸ್ಯ ಪರ್ಣ, ವೇದಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಜಗತ್ತೆಂಬ ಮರದ ಎಲೆಯಿಂದ ಹಣ್ಣು ಪಡೆಯುತ್ತೇವೆ. ಅದರಂತೆ ಬೇರೆಯಿಂದ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನದ ಅಮೃತ ಫಲ ಪಡೆಯಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ. ಎಲೆಯಿಲ್ಲದ ಮರ ನಿರ್ಜೀವ, ವೈದಿಕ ತತ್ವಜ್ಞಾನವಿಲ್ಲದ ಜಗತ್ತು ಕೂಡ ನಿರ್ಜೀವದಂತೆ. ಆ ರೀತಿ ವೇದಕ್ಕೆಷ್ಟು ಮಹತ್ವವಿದೆ. ಅಂಥ ವೇದದ ವ್ಯಾಸ ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ವಿಸ್ತಾರಗೊಳಿಸಿ ವೇದದ ಅರ್ಥ ಇದೆ, ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಚರ್ಚೆ. ವೇದ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾಗಿದೆ, ಅದರ ಅರ್ಥದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಮಥನ ಮಾಡಿ ನಿಜವಾದ ವೇದದ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು ಎಂಬುದನ್ನು ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಸೂತ್ರ ರಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿರುವುದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಈ ಅಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮ ವಿದ್ಯೆ. ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ವೇದಾಂತ, ಶಂಕರರು, ರಾಮಾನುಜರು, ಮಧ್ವರು ಮುಂತಾದವರೆಲ್ಲ ಏನು ವೇದಾಂತದ ಪ್ರಸಾರ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅದರ ಮೂಲ ಪುರುಷರು ವೇದವ್ಯಾಸ. ಅವರು ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಸೂತ್ರವನ್ನು ರಚಿಸಿ ಒಂದೆಲ್ಲದರ ಮೇಲೆ ಭಾಷೆ. ಆ ಮೂಲಕ ಹೇಗೆ ಕಬ್ಬು ನೆಕ್ಕಿದರೆ ಅದರ ರುಚಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುವುದಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನು ಮಥನ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ಕಬ್ಬಿನ ರುಚಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುವುದು. ವೇದ ಕಬ್ಬಿದ್ದಂತೆ, ಮೇಲಿಂದ ಮೇಲೆ ನೋಡಿದರೆ ಏನು ಅರ್ಥವೇ ಆಗುವುದಿಲ್ಲ, ಕಬ್ಬಿನಂತೆ ಅದು ರುಚಿ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೆ ಕಬ್ಬನ್ನು ಹಿಂಡಿದಾಗ ರಸ ಅನುಭವಕ್ಕೆ ಬರುವಂತೆ ವೇದದ ಮಥನ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ವೇದದ ವಿಮರ್ಶೆ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಆ ವಿಮರ್ಶಾತ್ಮಕವಾದ ಗ್ರಂಥ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಸೂತ್ರ. ವೇದದ ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ವಿಮರ್ಶೆ ಮಾಡಿ ವೇದದ ನಿಜವಾದ ಗುರಿಯೇ ಇಡೀ ಜಗತ್ತಿಗೆ ಭಗವಂತನ ಭಕ್ತಿಯ ಸಂದೇಶ ನೀಡುವುದೇ ವೇದಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಖ್ಯ. ಅದಕ್ಕನುಗುಣವಾಗಿ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯಗಳು, ನಾನಾ ಥರದ ಮಾನವೀಯ ವಿಧಾನಗಳೆಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ವೇದ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. ವೇದದ ನಿಜವಾದ ಗುರಿಯೇ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮನಲ್ಲಿ ಭಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಮೂಡಿಸಿ ಆ ಮೂಲಕ ಅಂತಿಮ ಗುರಿಯಾದ ಮೋಕ್ಷ, ಅದರ ಕಡೆ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಎಳೆಯುವುದೇ ಮೋಕ್ಷದ ಗುರಿ. ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಮಥನ ಮಾಡಿ ಆ ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಸೂತ್ರದ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ವೇದಾಂತ, ವೇದದ ಅಂತ ನಿರ್ಣಯ. ಇವತ್ತೇನೊಂದು ವೇದಾಂತ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೇವೆ, ಅಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮ ವಿದ್ಯೆ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೇವೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ವ್ಯಾಸ ಅದನ್ನು ವಿಸ್ತರಿಸಿ ನಮಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟವರು ಅದನ್ನು ಆ ಸಮುದ್ರದ ಮಥನ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಮೃತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಂತೆ ವೇದ ಸಮುದ್ರದ ಮಥನ ಮಾಡಿ ತತ್ವಜ್ಞಾನದ ಅಮೃತವನ್ನು ನೀಡಿದ ಧನ್ವಂತರಿಯಿಂದಲೇ ವೇದವ್ಯಾಸ ಅಂಥ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಕಾರ್ಯ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮಹಾಭಾರತ, ಅನೇಕ ಪುರಾಣಗಳು, ಮಹಾಭಾರತ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅದ್ಭುತ ಗ್ರಂಥ. ತತ್ವಜ್ಞಾನ, ರಾಜಕೀಯ, ಧರ್ಮ, ನೈತಿಕ ಮೌಲ್ಯಗಳು ಎಲ್ಲ ಏನೇನು ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾರತೀಯ ಜೀವನಕ್ಕೆ ಅಗತ್ಯವೋ ಆ ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಭಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂಗ್ರಹಿಸಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಮೋಕ್ಷದ ಮಾರ್ಗ ಏನು, ರಾಜಕೀಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗೆ ನಡೆಯಬೇಕು, ಸಮಾಜದ ಜೀವನದ ರೀತಿ ಹೇಗೆ, ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ವಿಷಯದಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ಕೂಡ ಜೀವನ ದರ್ಶನ, ನಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಅಗತ್ಯ, ಭಾರತೀಯರ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿತ್ವ ಹೇಗೆ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಮಹಾಭಾರತ ಅದ್ಭುತವಾದ ಗ್ರಂಥ. ಭಾಗವತ ಒಂದು ಭಕ್ತಿ, ತ್ಯಾಗ, ಪರಮಾತ್ಮನಿಗಾಗಿ ಭಕ್ತಿಯ ವಿಸ್ತಾರ. ಭಕ್ತಿ ಕೇವಲ ಒಂದು ಜಾತಿಗೆ ಮೀಸಲಲ್ಲ. ಒಬ್ಬ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಪಂಡಿತನಾದ ಬ್ರಾಹ್ಮಣನಿಗಿಂತ ಒಬ್ಬ ಭಕ್ತನಾದ ದಲಿತ ಅವನೇ ಶ್ರೇಷ್ಠ. ಭಾಗವತದ ಮಾತು ವಿಪ್ರಾದ ದ್ವಿಷಗುಣಯಿತಾದ ಸ್ವಪಥಂ ವರಿಷ್ಠಂ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಭಕ್ತಿ ಕೇವಲ ಪರಮಾತ್ಮನನ್ನು ಪೂಜಿಸುವುದಿಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಭಗವಂತನನ್ನು ಜನರಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಡು ಜನರಿಗೆ ಉಪಕಾರ ಮಾಡುವುದು ಇದು ಪರಮಾರಾಧನಂ ತದ್ಧಿ ಪುರುಷಸ್ಯ, ಭಗವಂತನ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಪೂಜೆ. ಇಂಥ ಇಡೀ ನಮ್ಮ ಸಮಾಜಕ್ಕೆ ಕ್ರಾಂತಿಕಾರಕವಾದ ಅನೇಕ ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನು ನೀಡಿದ ಭಾಗವತ. ಭಗವದ್ಗೀತೆಯಂತೂ ಅದ್ಭುತ ಗ್ರಂಥ. ಕೃಷ್ಣನೇ ಉಪದೇಶ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದರೂ ಅದನ್ನು ಶಬ್ದಾತ್ಮಕವಾಗಿ ಅದರ ರಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿದವರು ವೇದವ್ಯಾಸದೇವರು. ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಉಪದೇಶ ಮಾಡಿದವರು ಶಬ್ದದ ಮುಖಾಂತರ, ಶ್ಲೋಕದ ಮುಖಾಂತರ. ಕೃಷ್ಣೇವ ಅರ್ಜುನ ಮುಂದೆ ಧರ್ಮ ಅಶೋಚ್ಯಾರನ್ನು ಶೋಚಿಸ್ತು ಪಾರಾಯಣ ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವನೇನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಅಲ್ಪ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ರಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಜಗತ್ತಿಗೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣನ ಸಂದೇಶವನ್ನು, ಅದು ಗೀತೆ ಎಂದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾರತೀಯರ ಒಂದು ಸಂವಿಧಾನ, ಜೀವನ ಸಂವಿಧಾನ, ಹೇಗೆ ನಾವು ನಡೆಯಿರಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟವರು ಯಾರು? ಈ ನಮ್ಮ ಧರ್ಮಕ್ಕೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನಕ್ಕೆ, ತತ್ವಜ್ಞಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಬೇಕು ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಒದಗಿಸಿಕೊಟ್ಟ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಮಹಾನುಭಾವರು ಈ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ವೇದವ್ಯಾಸ. ಅಂಥ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಯಾರೂ ಕಾಣಿಸುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಅನೇಕ ಬಾರಿ ಹೇಳುವುದುಂಟು, ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಪಿತ ಯಾರು? ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಪಿತ ಯಾರು? ಗಾಂಧೀಜಿ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಗಾಂಧೀಜಿಯು ಕೂಡ ದೊಡ್ಡ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳೇ. ಆದರೆ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಪಿತ ಯಾರು? ವೇದವ್ಯಾಸ ದೇವರೇ ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಪಿತ. ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೊಡುಗೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿ, ತತ್ವಜ್ಞಾನ, ರಾಜಕೀಯ, ಶಾಸನ, ಜೀವನ ಕ್ರಮಗಳು, ಜೀವನದ ರೀತಿ ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನೂ ಕೂಡ ತಿಳಿಸಿಕೊಟ್ಟು ಈ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರವನ್ನು ನಿರ್ಮಿಸಿದ ನಿಜವಾದ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಪತಿ, ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಪಿತ ವೇದವ್ಯಾಸದೇವರು. ಮಹಾತ್ಮ ಗಾಂಧೀಜಿಯವರು ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಪುತ್ರ, ನಾವು ಅವರನ್ನು ಗೌರವಿಸ್ತೇವೆ. ಆದರೆ ಅಂಥ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಒಂದು ಕೊಡುಗೆ ಇಡೀ ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಕೆ ನೀಡಿದ ವೇದವ್ಯಾಸ ದೇವರನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಜನ ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಾತ್ರಕ್ಕೂ ಮರೆಯಬಾರದು. ಅವರ ಉಪಕಾರ, ಅವರಿಂದಲೇ ನಾವು ಭಾರತೀಯತ್ವ ಏನುಂಟು, ಭಾರತೀಯ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತಿ ಏನುಂಟು, ಅದು ವೇದವ್ಯಾಸ ದೇವರ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಕೊಡುಗೆ. ವೇದವ್ಯಾಸ ನಾನು ಈ ಪುಸ್ತಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಧ್ವಾಚಾರ್ಯರಿಗೂ ವೇದವ್ಯಾಸರಿಗೂ ಏನು ಸಂದರ್ಶನ ಆಯಿತು ಅದನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಮ ವೇದವ್ಯಾಸರು ಬಹಳ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ವಿವರಿಸಿ ಸುಮಧ್ವ ವಿಜಯದ ಆ ಭಾಗವನ್ನು ಉಲ್ಲೇಖಿಸಿ ಆಚಾರ್ಯ ಮಧ್ವರಿಗೂ ವೇದವ್ಯಾಸರಿಗೂ ಸಂದರ್ಶನವಾದ ಘಟನೆಯನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಬಹಳ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ವಿವರಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇಂಥ ಅಮೋಘವಾದ ವೇದವ್ಯಾಸರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಮರೆತಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಅವರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕಣ್ಣು ತೆರೆಸುವಂತಹ ಈ ಅಮೋಘವಾದ ಗ್ರಂಥವನ್ನು ರಚಿಸಿದ ವೇದವ್ಯಾಸರು ಈ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಶೇಷವಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಸ್ಮರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. ಇದರ ಲಾಭವನ್ನು ಎಲ್ಲ ಜನತೆ ಪಡೆದು ಅವರ ಸಂದೇಶ, ಅಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮ ವಿದ್ಯೆ, ದ್ವೇ ವಿದ್ಯೆ ವೇದಿಕೆ, ಅಪರವಿದ್ಯೆ ಪರವಿದ್ಯೆ ಎರಡೂ ಬೇಕು. ಅಪರವಿದ್ಯೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಭೌತಿಕ ವಿದ್ಯೆ, ಅದು ಬೇಕು. ಪರವಿದ್ಯೆ ಒಂದು, ಅಪರವಿದ್ಯೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಶರೀರ, ಅಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮ ವಿದ್ಯೆ ನಮ್ಮ ದೇಶದ ಆತ್ಮ. ಬರೀ ಶರೀರ ಮಾತ್ರ ಇದ್ದು ಆತ್ಮವೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಜೀವನ. ಶರೀರ ಉಂಟು, ಆತ್ಮವಿಲ್ಲ, ಜೀವನವೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬದುಕೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಯಾವ ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆಯೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗೆ ಆತ್ಮ ಇದೆ, ಶರೀರ ಇಲ್ಲವೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಏನಾದರೂ ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆ ಆತ್ಮ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಶರೀರ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಎರಡೂ ಸೇರಿದಾಗ ಅದು ನಿಜವಾದ ಜೀವನ. ಅದರಂತೆ ನಮ್ಮ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಜೀವನ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಭೌತಿಕ ವಿದ್ಯೆ ಬೇಕು, ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಅಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮ ವಿದ್ಯೆ ಇದೆ. ಅದು ಎರಡು ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಸೇರಿದಾಗ ಮಾತ್ರ ನಮ್ಮದು ನಿಜವಾದ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಜೀವನವಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಒಂದು ಮಾತ್ರ ಇದೆ ಜೀವನವೇ ಅದು, ಯಾವ ಬೆಳವಣಿಗೆ ಆಗುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಂತಹ ಅಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮ ವಿದ್ಯೆಯ ನೀಡಿದ ವೇದವ್ಯಾಸದೇವರ ಚರಿತ್ರೆ ತಿಳಿದು ಅದರಂತೆ ನಾವು ನಡೆಯುವಂತಹ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅಂತಹ ಉತ್ತಮ ಕೃತಿಯನ್ನು ಈ ದಿವಸ ಆಷಾಢ ಶುದ್ಧ ದ್ವಾದಶಿಯ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಪವಿತ್ರವಾದ ಒಂದು ದಿನದಲ್ಲಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಉದ್ಘಾಟನೆ ಮಾಡುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಅವಕಾಶ ದೊರಕಿದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಈ ಭಾರತಿ ವೇದವ್ಯಾಸ ಭಾರತಿ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟನ್ನು ನಾವು ಅಭಿನಂದಿಸುತ್ತಾ ಇದರಿಂದ ಮುಂದೆ ನಾಳೆ 2 ದಿನಗಳ ಅನೇಕ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳು, ವಿಷ್ಣು ಸಹಸ್ರನಾಮ ಪಾರಾಯಣ ಮತ್ತು ಬ್ರಹ್ಮಸೂತ್ರ ಪಾರಾಯಣ, ಮಹಾಭಾರತ ಪಾರಾಯಣ ಮುಂತಾದ ಅನೇಕ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮಗಳು ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಧರ್ಮ ಜಾಗೃತಿಯ ಕಾರ್ಯ ನೆರವೇರಲಿ. ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಮಹರ್ಷಿ ವೇದವ್ಯಾಸರ ಪೂರ್ಣ ಅನುಗ್ರಹ ನಿರಂತರ ದೊರೆಯಲಿ. ಈ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆ ಅವರ ವೇದವ್ಯಾಸರು ಇದನ್ನು ಸ್ಥಾಪಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರ ತಪಸ್ಸಿನ ಬಲದಿಂದ ಈ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟು ನಿರಂತರವಾಗಿ ಬೆಳೆಯಲಿ ಎಂಬುದಾಗಿ ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥಿಸಿ ನನ್ನ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಮುಗಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ.
Shri Shri Vishveshatirtha Swamiji has indicated to all of us that the vision of Maharshi Vedavyasa is relevant even today. The Brahma Sutras of Vedavyasas. Now Vedavyasa is indeed the Paramaguru in the history of mankind. He has applauded the efforts of Vedavyasa. Let's all thank His Holiness Shri Vishveshatirtha Swamiji once again. Swamiji avarige ananta.